The air still quivers with the echoes of shattered mountains, where blood and fury mingled in the wake of the Ashen Sea battle. Xing clenches his fists atop the cliff, eyes burning with a grim resolve, knowing that the enemies lurking in the shadows have only begun to reveal their true power. Whispers of the Demon Sect's hidden stratagem crawl through the ruined halls of the Broken Spirit Temple, and the winds themselves seem to carry a warning. The path ahead is carved in peril. Prepare to witness the relentless march of fate and wrath in one recap. Martial God Asura, Chapter 205, Chapter 206, where every step could ignite a legend or bury it forever. In the shadow of the Vermilion Bird City, a tense silence gripped the courtyard. A storm of unspoken power hung in the air, as if the heavens themselves were holding their breath. I know the bonds you share, your deep affections, but you must understand the gravity of what comes next. My efforts have not been in vain. Suhen's voice rumbled, calm yet heavy with authority, cutting through the tension like a blade. To the untrained eye, the attacks of Su Long and Su Ro might have seemed formidable, but to Suhen, they were mere buzzing insects. Without so much as emotion, he unleashed the overwhelming force of a fifth-level profound realm. Shattering Su Long's assault before it could even take form, the pressure did not linger. It surged, an invisible tide that pressed down upon everyone nearby. Su Ru's feet faltered. She collapsed helplessly, each step impossible under the crushing weight that bound her. "Father, please, let my brother and sister go. I will marry Xianxia. I swear it." Su Mei's voice trembled as she knelt, her gaze pleading, witnessing the pain etched across Su Long and Su Ru's faces. Su Hen's own expression betrayed a rare hint of sorrow, the weight of paternal duty pressing upon him, yet he did not relent immediately. With precise technique, he sealed the strengths of Su Long and Su Ro, silencing their protests before they could speak. Moments later, a grand procession announced itself outside the city lord's residence. The Xianxia family had arrived, a formidable bride escort heralded by the clatter of hooves and the shouts of attendants. At its center rode Xianxia, towering upon a magnificent steed, clad in the resplendent robes of a bridegroom. His lips could not hide the joy that surged within him, the culmination of long-held dreams finally within reach. Among the entourage, another figure drew the eyes of all. Shangguan Tian, elder brother to Shangguan Ya. A shadow of previous confrontations lingered. He was the one who had driven Chu Feng to the brink of the Dragon River, but today, he too was adorned in the garments of a bridegroom. Pride radiated from his posture, his smile rivaling even his younger brother's in audacity. Whispers rippled through the onlookers. Two bridegrooms? How can this be? Are both brothers marrying the daughters? Curiosity and confusion spread like wildfire. Su Hen emerged from the residence, flanked by his experts, his displeasure barely veiled as he faced the audacious display of the Shangguan family. "My lord," Shangguan Ya's voice rang out, smooth and confident, "what purpose brings us here, if not to claim your daughters in marriage?" He remained mounted, eyes cast down as if regarding Su Hen with the hauteur of one born to command. "And I, Shangguan Tian, have long cherished your daughter, Su Ru," the elder brother added, his tone calm, deliberate. "Coincidentally, today marks a joyful union for my younger brother with your youngest, Su Mei. Why not celebrate a double marriage, binding our families even closer? I vow to cherish and protect Su Ru." Neither brother dismounted, their words dripping with pride and expectation. An elder from Su Hen's council could not restrain himself. "Rubbish! Shangguan Ya's marriage was prearranged, but you arrive without proposal and claim marriage by force." Shangguan Tian's temper flared. "You overstep. This is a matter between me and the city lord." He lashed his whip, the air around it crackling with profound power. The elder stood firm, a figure of calm defiance despite the whip's might. Revealing himself to be a second-level profound realm master, he seized the whip with unwavering strength. "Impudent brat, descend at once!" Before the elder could act further, an even greater force intervened. A massive hand gripped his wrist, restraining his aura with unstoppable power. Shock and disbelief flashed across his face as he realized the hand belonged to none other than his own master, Su Hen. A wave of quiet authority descended as Su Hen shook his head, warning against rash action. Then, turning to those behind him, he commanded with solemn gravity, Bring forth my second and third daughters. Today, the Su family shall enter a double marriage with the Shangguan clan." The crowd erupted, astonishment cascading through the assembled spectators. The union of Shangguan Ya and Su Mei had been expected, but now Su Ru's hand was claimed by Shangguan Tian without apparent cause. Even the most traditional and rigid families would balk at such audacity, yet here stood Su Hen, ruler of Vermilion Bird City, consenting with serene composure. The impossible had been made reality. Whispers swirled among onlookers. The city lord actually accepted such an impudent request? It is said the master of the Shangguan family, Shangguan Yue, is a 6th-level profound realm expert, surpassing the city lord's 5th-level might. The Su family rules in name, but power lies elsewhere, came another voice, revealing the hidden truth to those who dared listen. As Su Ro and Su Mei emerged in their radiant bridal attire, the winds of change swept through Vermilion Bird City. Authority, pride, and expectation bent under the weight of reality. Yet the brief triumph of unity was shattered. A panicked cry split the air. A guard, bloodied and frantic, stumbled into the courtyard. "City Lord! There's an enemy invading!" He collapsed, unconscious before he could say more. Su Hen's brow furrowed in confusion, and he cast a questioning glance toward Shangguan Ya and Tian, who appeared equally unaware. The greatest threat had always seemed to come from the Shangguan family, yet here they stood, uninvolved, as chaos approached. Then came the unmistakable rhythm of approaching gongs and drums. The crowd froze, hearts pounding with a mixture of awe and dread. The sounds, once a herald of celebration, now carried a chilling promise. A bride's escort had arrived, but this was no ordinary procession. The beats of gongs and drums, resonant and relentless, heralded something far more ominous, shattering the fragile calm of the city lord's courtyard. The tale of Vermilion Bird City was far from over, and the dance of power, honor, and destiny had only just begun. Listen closely, for what you are about to witness is no ordinary tale of celebration. It is a story where joy and terror intertwine, where the air itself trembles under the weight of destiny. As the gongs clanged and drums thundered, a grand procession emerged from the morning mist. Figures adorned in ceremonial splendor strode forth, gongs struck, drums pounded, and trumpets blared in a chaotic symphony. In their hands, signs boldly proclaimed, "Bride's Escort." Yet, a curious unease lingered beneath the festive display. Faces hidden behind masks betrayed nothing, and their origin remained a mystery. Who were they? And whose bride did they seek to protect? "Halt! Who are you?" The city lord's guards surged forward, halting the masked cavalcade. Their hands hovered over weapons, eyes sharp with suspicion. "By the command of Mr. Greycloak, we have come to escort Lady Su Mei, daughter of the city lord." The leader's voice rang like a bell of steel, cutting through the hum of the assembly. Shock rippled through the crowd. "Su Mei? But isn't she betrothed to Shangguanya?" Whispers of disbelief flew like startled birds. "And who is this Greycloak daring to claim her on such a day? To come here as the Shangguan family approaches is an open insult." Gasps of astonishment filled the square, the words landing like thunder upon every ear. Shangguan Tian's face darkened with fury. "You dare stir trouble before my eyes? Seize them!" He bellowed, motioning for his men to advance. Yet he tempered their zeal, forbidding bloodshed. Today was meant for celebration, and spilling blood would taint the auspiciousness. Before any foot could reach the intruders, a wave of sheer power descended from the leader's sweeping sleeve. Invisible blades, forged from the raw essence of origin, cut through the advancing Shangguan warriors with ruthless precision. Heads and limbs were severed, blood painting the ground in crimson artistry. Screams pierced the air, but the assailants' expression remained hidden behind their masks. A collective shudder ran through the onlookers. The leader wielded the energy of a profound realm expert, and not just any. He was at the terrifying 3rd level. The cruelty of his strikes left no room for doubt. These were not mere marauders. They were harbingers of chaos. "Those who meddle in Mr. Greycloak's affairs shall die without question." His voice rang cold and unyielding. Behind him, hundreds of others set aside instruments of ceremony. Among them, 3 more masters of the profound realm stood poised, while the rest radiated peak origin power. The air thickened, oppressive as a storm, sweeping across the city square in palpable waves. Nobles and officials alike felt the weight. their composure faltering under the invisible hurricane. Where did such strength arise from? Murmurs of awe and fear swept the crowd. Even the Shangguan family, mighty as they were, felt the chill of impending doom. Then, from the east wind, an aged voice rang clear, commanding attention. A figure materialized, cutting through the tension like a blade. One-eyed, venerable, and resolute, Shangguan Yu, patriarch of the Shangguan family, reputed to have ascended to the 6th level of the profound realm. A ripple of astonishment swept through the crowd. Even the fiercest nobles bowed their heads in recognition. Grandfather! Shangguan Ya and Shangguan Tian leapt forward, respect etched into every movement. Step aside. I shall deal with these vermin myself. Shangguan Yu's single eye blazed with icy authority. His robe whipped violently, though no wind stirred. Waves of his cultivation surged outward, rolling over the masked intruders like a relentless tide. The very air quivered beneath the weight of his power. Impossible, whispers ran through the spectators. To face the pressure of a 6th level, profound realm cultivator was to stand before a wall of inevitability. Even those who dared hope for reward now trembled at the price of failure. Death hung heavy, inevitable, like a shadow no light could dispel. Shangguan Yu's gaze swept the cowards before him. Pitiful insects, he sneered, though beneath the surface, elation pulsed. This encounter, this chance to display his might, would cement his authority. From this day onward, Vermilion Bird City would no longer tremble before Su Hen. It would bow to him. Just as the crowd braced for the intruder's end, an unexpected sound cut through the tense silence. An aged, resonant voice emanating from within a sedan chair. The air before the masked group thickened, gray vapor curling and condensing into a shimmering screen, as if the world itself bent to the command of an unseen master. And thus the stage was set. The clash of titans, the dance of shadows and steel, and the revelation of Greycloak's true might loomed on the horizon. The city held its breath, and the legend of this day was about to be etched into history.